I'm gonna start off by saying this video is not my video. This is a video Trader Drysdale. I don't know. Maybe I'm chopping his name up. I'm not sure, but he uploaded this video, and I thought it would be a good video to go over because he has been in this game for 15 years. And you know, us as traders, we try to look for guidance, for assistance from people that have been in the industry for a long time. Unfortunately, our community is fulfilled with just a bunch of scammers, 20-year-olds that are just trying to sell the dream with the Lambos, the Ferraris, the fucking mansions, and the big houses to make us believe that we can all just make it in 3 years in trading. And the reality is just that's not real. That's not a real sustainable goal. Like most real big hedge fund managers, money managers, they all did not make it into like 5 years plus. Let's go ahead and get started with the video and see what it says to us.
I thought I'd found the cheat code. Work from anywhere, no boss, unlimited upside. All the YouTube videos said the same thing. Trading, it changed my life, and it can change yours too. However, they might have left out a few things. They left out the nights I'd lie awake at 3 a.m. My heart pounding, replaying a trade I shouldn't have taken. They left out the relationships that frayed because I was present, but I wasn't really there. And they left out the feeling of watching months of gains disappear in 20 minutes and having to pretend it was fine because, well, that's trading. They conveniently left out the loneliness, the self-doubt, the moments when you wonder if you're just broken. If everyone else has figured it out and you're the only one that's still struggling. So here's what I've learned in 15 years. The trading industry, it tends to want to sell you a dream. The freedom, the money, the control, and these things are real. And I'm not saying that they're not, but they come with a price that nobody talks about.
And that's what I was saying. Like this trading, most of our industry, what is advertised to us, what we see the most is like the big houses and the nice cars, and they're all like 20-year-olds, dude. Like the first thing we should all notice is we should not be taking advice from no 20-year-olds. They have no real life experience. Like you're telling me that like they're gonna learn how to trade and once they're 24, 25 already. Like, I mean, I guess you could say it's possible if they started when they were like 14, 15, when they were still in high school. But a majority of them didn't. They tell you right away, like, oh, I've been trading for 2 years. I've been trading for 3 years. And yes, it's possible here and there, but like to have so many of them like influx in our community and all over YouTube saying like almost all of them are saying that they made it within 3 years. Like, what? That's not real. Like that just doesn't make sense. But you know, like if you ask a bunch of fund managers, even the ones that take you under the real training, they tell you it's usually longer than that.
This video isn't another strategy. It's not another setup. It's the conversation I wish somebody had with me 15 years ago. The one where they tell you the truth, not just the inspiring version and not just the motivational version, just the truth. 15 years, 15 lessons. So if you've been trading for a while and something feels off, if you're winning but you're not happy, losing but can't seem to stop, or somewhere in the middle, wondering if it's worth it, I want you to stay with me here. This one is for you. So here's lesson number one. You will probably lose money you can't afford to lose. Everyone talks about risk management, percentages, position sizing, and don't get me wrong, these things matter. They're what keep you in the game. But nobody tells you that no matter how well you manage risk, you will eventually take a loss that really hurts. That loss wasn't a failure. Essentially, this is tuition and the most expensive education I'll ever get. And it taught me something that no book could, that this game is real, that the numbers on the screen are rent, they're food, they're your financial security, that when you lose, it's not just a loss, it's kind of your life. So you will lose money that you can't afford to lose, not if, but when.
And this also counts like all the money that we're spending on the platforms. If you haven't opened your own personal live account and like lost a couple hundreds on yourself, you are essentially also throwing away money with the platforms because you keep maybe blowing accounts, even though now some of them don't really have a time limit on it anymore. But back then, like they gave you 30 days just to pass it, and now like you can have as long as you want. But Apex, I think they're the only ones that went back to 30 days. I'm not sure if anyone else has done it. But I mean, essentially, all of the money you're throwing away is like everyone says you just think about it as the tuition that you're wasting, you're paying going to school to learn kind of thing. Like this is the money that you're paying towards your education kind of thing, But some people don't. It's sometimes it's stressful because you're still kind of throwing away money in a sense. But I mean, everyone sees it a different way. We'll see.
Lesson 2, this one might surprise you, but winning feels worse than losing. Losing hurts, obviously, but losing is clean. You know what it is. You feel it, you process it, you move on. But winning messes with your head.
Mainly winning messes with your head, and that is true, dude, because you hit winners all week, you hit a good week, you hit a good month, and then you want to size up, and then that market shows you that you ain't shit. You hit a winning streak, and you want to like, damn, I got this. You want to do better, like you want to make more green, more money and stuff. So you increase your risk, you increase your size, and then once you do that, like you start hitting losses, and since you've done it so much green in a while, you think, oh, I can get back, and that's when the market humbles you and you get on tilt, which is kind of what I am right now. But like I said, since you've done it, we've all done it, we've had good months, we go into the market thinking I can still do this, and that's although I am on tilt, I can still believe I can do it. But we'll see in the future, and time will tell.
Number 3, the market doesn't care about your story. And you know what I mean. The story that you tell yourself. I deserve this win because I've been working so hard. I can't lose this one. I need it. And the market owes me after that last loss. Lesson number 4, you're not special. I know that sounds harsh, but here's why that's good news. If you're not special, your problems aren't unique. And if your problems aren't unique, then they generally have solutions. Other people have been where you are, and other people have definitely figured it out. So that means that you can too. Lesson 5, you will push everyone away who loves you. And I don't mean intentionally. I mean slowly, quietly, without meaning to, one conversation at a time. You'll be at dinner, but you're really thinking about the trade you took back at 4 p.m. You'll be with your friends, but you're checking your phone every 5 minutes. You'll be at home, but you're really not present. You're replaying the day, you're planning tomorrow. You're generally somewhere else entirely. I'll never forget when my wife told me once, years ago, you're here, but you're not really here. And she was right. I was physically present and mentally I was gone.
This is true because we all think we'll make it. We'll all think we are the special ones to do it. We all believe that we will be the ones in our families to break out and be more, than a 9 to 5 worker. I mean, I think we're all supposed to have that, and we have those like first, what is it called? When you have the first couple months when you just start, and the market shows you, oh, like this is possible. You hit a lot of good profits, like you hit a bunch of stuff, and you start believing right away. You're like, oh, I can do this, and then boom, you hit your losing period, and it's just the beginner's luck, as what they call it. And it's almost like almost any industry has something like that as well. But I mean, that's pretty like just that is enough to get us into it. But like, oh, we can do this, and we just push forward. At least most of us, and like it pushes you away from your family or whatever, or it makes you have sleepless nights. Like usually that's only like the first 1 or 2 years, because that's when you're learning, and that's when you're trying to you're really into it. You're trying to like figure it out supposedly like quick because these gurus said that we can all do it quick, but like you will be all you is eat sleep trade could be it, because back in the day it used to be eat sleep gym, eat sleep rave, whatever, but what I know it as, but you could say it was eat sleep trade. It's all you think about, all you dream about. You may like back in there, I remember when I was into forex, I would have some positions open overnight with MT4, MT5, usually MT4. And like I would wake up in the middle of the night and I just check on it. And that's so true. Like, man, like it's just part of the cycle that we go through to try to become some profitable traders so we can make it and take care of our families and everyone around us.
Here's lesson number 6. The charts are a mirror. You think you're analyzing the market, but you're not. You're analyzing yourself. Every single trade you take reveals something. Every loss you hold on to long reveals something. Every winner you cut early, it reveals something. The market is just the canvas and you're the painting. Are you impatient? The market will show you. You'll enter too early again and again. Are you greedy? The market's going to show you. You'll hold well past your targets and you'll watch your profits evaporate. Are you fearful? The market's going to show you. You're going to cut your winners, you're going to take tiny profits, and you're going to miss the big moves. And are you arrogant? The market will definitely show you. It's going to humble you over and over until you learn or you'll leave.
This is how most of us learn how to hold trade longer or how to cut losses early. But usually it said, that trading brings out what you really feared, like whatever is deep rooted in your brain, how all your fears about money, how you grew up, and like what you were brought up with, believing about money, whether it's evil, whether it's not. And like they say that the trading just brings it out of us, and you will don't even know about it until you actually try doing this business, getting in the industry, and you realize that you have some real deep rooted stuff about money that you just never knew about, and it's cool because it brings it out to light, and probably wouldn't realize it ever if you weren't in this industry.
Lesson number 7, you'll never feel done. When I started, I thought there was going to be a finish line, a point where I'd made it, where I'd have enough money, enough skill, and enough confidence to just finally relax. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news again, but it doesn't exist. Trading is not a problem you solve. You're not going to graduate. There's no caps and gowns. It's a practice that you maintain. It's like meditation, like exercise, like any relationship. You don't wake up one day and you're done with your marriage. You wake up every day and choose to show up for it.
This is so true because the market is always changing. It is a different market now than it was 2 years ago or 4 years ago. It is always changing, so we always have to adapt and we always have to learn new shit. And that's just part of it. But it should be part of your life either way. Like you should never feel comfortable enough to not try to learn anything new. Like you should never feel like you've already got it down and that you don't have to advance or get better or anything, because that's usually what sets you back. Even like from what I've understood, even in business, once you get comfortable, it's always like when your business usually fails and whoever is still hungry for it, whoever is your competitor, there's just usually the time that they advance you because you're already like, oh, I made it here already. I'm cool. You feel comfortable, but you should never feel that you should never feel comfortable in life. You should always strive to get better, to learn new things and to advance for yourself. Because even if you didn't, like, what are you going to do? Just sit there and watch TV shows, movies all day? Like that's kind of boring. Like a week or two, I understand it, but for the rest of your life, man, that's pretty boring. At least to me, it is. Like I can't really enjoy it like that.
Lesson number 8, your body will tell you before your charts do. You know the feeling, the tightness in your chest before a trade, the knot in your stomach when it's going against you, the adrenaline rush when you're winning, and the exhaustion after a losing day. I ignored those signals for years, thought they were weakness, thought real traders were cold, detached, and they didn't feel anything. I thought if I just pushed through, then I'd be better. Damn, was I wrong. Those signals weren't weakness. They actually were data. They were information. When your chest tightens, your body is telling you something's wrong. Maybe you're risking too much. Maybe you're not confident in the setup. Or maybe you're trading out of desperation instead of actual clarity. When you're exhausted after a losing day, this is your body telling you that you're carrying too much. You're not processing your losses and you're accumulating them, and they're weighing you down. Here's lesson number 9. The money changes nothing and everything at the same time. Let me explain. When I started trading, I thought that money was the answer. If I just had enough, then I'd be happy. I'd be secure. I'd be free. All of my problems would just disappear. Then I made money. Real money, more than I'd ever imagined. And you know what happened? There were different problems, but they were still problems. Instead of worrying about paying the mortgage, I was worried about paying taxes. Instead of worrying about losing my account, I worried about losing my lifestyle. Instead of worrying about making money, now I was worried about keeping it. So here's what I learned. Money doesn't solve your internal problems. It just gives you better external problems. If you're anxious with $1,000, you'll probably still be anxious with $100,000. Money does change things. It changes what's possible. It changes your options. It changes the conversations you can have and the choices that you can make. I've seen things, I've done things, and I've given things that I wouldn't have been possible without trading.
Trading allows you to get more money if you get through, but having more money is an evolution. You do advance, but just like there's a song, obviously, more money, more problems. Um, you like you have more money, but it's you're not stressing about not having enough money anymore. You're stressing about other things. It's the next level of stress. So no matter what, in life we will always be stressing about something, and whether we have money or not, you're you're gonna be stressing. You have money though, is just another level. Like you said, the government wanting their freaking obviously their share of it all the time. You'll never escape that. And then like everyone around you is gonna be asking you for money. So like you may think we all think that having money is gonna give us solutions and we're gonna live free after that, but it's just we're still gonna have problems. It's just a different level of it.
Lesson 10 actually really surprised me. You're going to miss the struggle. I thought it was misery. I thought if I could just get past this part, that everything would be better. And then one day I realized I actually got past it. And then I realized something really, really strange. I actually missed it. I kind of missed the intensity. I missed the focus, the feeling of being completely alive because every single trade really mattered. The camaraderie with other traders who were in the same boat, the traders that were super hungry. Success actually becomes quite comfortable. And comfortable is, well, it's quiet. The edge dulls, the fire dims a little bit. You have to find new reasons to show up, new challenges to pursue, and new ways to grow. So if you're struggling right now, I'm not telling you to enjoy it. It's certainly very hard, and it certainly hurts. But I'm telling you, don't wish it away too fast. This part of your journey is teaching you things that you're actually going to need later. These are things that you can't learn any other way. So this struggle that you're in right now, this is where you become who you need to be. So don't rush through it. You'll miss it when it's gone.
This is why all the big guys, the big business guys, big CEOs say they always enjoy the process more than the actual end goal. They always say like you enjoy life more when you're struggling, and that when we're struggling we don't understand it, and we think that for them it's like, oh yeah, you say that just because you've already exited. Most of them, they build businesses up to the end point, which is to exit, to sell it for profit. But most of the times they say their motivation, the drive for them is the process of it. Because once you reach there, like what you've reached the goal and what's there, that's it. Like you kind of like what's next, But that's why most of them like they start a business and then they build it up, they exit, and then they do another one, and they keep going in cycles of that just to always be in the process of it because that's what they enjoy the most. But obviously, once you sell one, you're pretty much you're cool because you made money already off of it, so you're not really struggling. You have more leverage, you have more options to actually have better better connections and just be able to build better businesses. And but even when people when they're retired, they say like they get bored after like 2 months or something. Like they'd rather just go back to work or find do something to stay busy, because just staying home every day and not doing shit, it gets boring. And and like, what are you supposed to do? Just sit there and watch TV all day? Like that does sound boring. Like you can't sit there and drink all day either, because that's not good for your health. And eventually you're gonna be like, okay, I'm over it too. So like we just have to always find something to do and stay busy. Now, the next couple of lessons, I just cut it up and put them all together. Get through it quickly, so they're just gonna come. They're just gonna come quicker. So just go through them and see what he has for us.
So here's lesson 11. Nobody actually knows what they're doing. Here's lesson number 12. The best traders are generally the boring ones. Here's lesson 13. You're going to lose friends, and that's okay. Here's lesson 14. The only thing that works is what you can actually stick with. Lesson 15 is that it was all worth it. And I don't say that lightly. I've given a lot to this life. Years, sleep, peace of mind, relationships. And there were times I wasn't sure that I even wanted to. But I'm sitting here before you today, 15 years in, And I can tell you, it was all truly worth it. And not because of the money. I mean, the money's nice, but it's not the point. Not because of the freedom, though that's very real too. It was worth it because of what it has actually made me. The person I had to become to survive this life. I needed to become patient, humble, disciplined, self-aware, and resilient. And that person didn't exist 15 years ago.
So in the end, it is all worth it, but that's probably if we do become profitable. But I believe if you never give up, you can. You just may not be like a hedge fund manager kind of shit, but I do believe we can all figure out to get money out of the market. Well, it may take most of us more longer than 5 years. Yes, I know or I understand. I believe you could probably make it within 2 3 years. 2 years, I don't believe it. I honestly do not believe it. 3 years, I can believe it. 4 or 5, that's when people usually start hitting the stride. But if there's like if you've ever read Market Wizards, which is literally a book where they interview a bunch of hedge fund managers, they did not really see the light till 5 years plus, and then like the 10 years when they become real good. But like none of them have said, oh yeah, 3 years, 2 years. Like it's really rare. And people may say, oh, now because we have so much information available that it's possible for us. But like with more information, it's more information analysis paralysis, as I say. Like you just keep going in circles, and that's what happens with us. Like we keep trying to implement new things, so we find the next best strategy, and like every couple of years, we either try to tweak it or we switch strategies or something, and that's what just keeps us in the same loop, like going up and down of like you're getting good and then you start over, you get it good and you start lower because we're always trying to tweak it and find something better. But if we just stick to one process for a good amount of time, that process will eventually work out for us. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.